assists, and Freda also passed Kate Fagan for career threes. So, Coach.
That was awesome. We have such a rich tradition of success in our women's basketball program with some of the names that you mentioned, Shelley, Kate Fagan, so many greats. And so it really is truly an honor, I think, to have players in our program now that have had enough success individually and collectively to be able to pass people like that. I love the relationships that our alums have with our current players. Like Shelley will be the first one to celebrate Jalen passing her record. Kate Fagan will be the first one, you know, to reach out to Freda to celebrate that. And I think that's really, really special. So congrats to those guys on that. And yeah, I just, wow, glad we had a fourth quarter. That's what my mom just said to me. Yeah, just stagnant, kind of passive in the first 3 quarters of the game. I think when we eventually, they didn't guard us any differently in the fourth quarter. We just made a decision that we were going to be more aggressive and got the ball inside more effectively, but also just on the perimeter, just penetrating and collapsing and moving the defense a little bit made all the difference in the world. So really proud of our kids our team for being able to, you know, not just put our heads down and, you know, and be upset about it, but to be able to figure it out. You got to be able to figure it out, and we did. So proud of them for that. And yeah, that's all I got.
Coach, I know you guys had a long travel day on Sunday, one practice yesterday. Is this maybe one of those cases where you just kind of took a little while to figure out your opponent, that you didn't have a whole lot of prep time for him?
I would like to say that, but no, I don't think so. I mean, we have a really veteran group. We study our scouts. We're very locked into scouting reports. We knew exactly what they were going to do. They didn't do anything differently. Maybe it was a little bit tighter defense. I think we're going to watch the game, which we will clip and watch as a group, and we'll see that, like I said, they weren't guarding any differently in the fourth quarter. We just chose to be more aggressive in the fourth quarter. Definitely creating some turnovers in transition is always awesome and kind of kick-started some energy, but we were just being more aggressive, and we really can't wait till the fourth quarter to do that. Yeah.
All right.
Freda, from your perspective, from the team, from the players' perspective, what did that shift on the court feel like from the first 3 quarters to the fourth quarter?
I think like the whole game was just a grind and like us staying the course and knowing that at some point we were going to grind them down. So I think that's kind of just staying consistent with that. And then we started getting turnovers, and then we started being able to, Nettie got a bunch of layups inside and just like staying the course. And then obviously, like JR said, we were just more aggressive. So I think, you know, it was the fourth quarter, so it was like it's now or never. And I think as a collective, we're working on trying to figure out how we can flip that switch a little bit on our control and not whenever it just happens.
While I got you though, can you just brag on yourself for a second what it feels like to pass that 1,000-point mark?
Yeah, it feels really great. I think it's something that I obviously dream of scoring a lot of points and contributing to the program. So I'm really happy that I got to do that, especially here at CU. It means a lot to me to have been here for these 3 and 4th year and do that. So, yeah.
For Coach, it felt like the possession battle was a big storyline tonight with the turnovers and the offensive rebounds, and that's something that you guys do to a lot of teams. How is that for you, having that kind of security blanket that you are consistently winning in those categories against most teams that you guys are playing against?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I would love to know how many turnovers we forced in the fourth quarter, because it didn't feel like we were getting anything out of our forced turnovers early. We were turning them over, but we weren't reaping the reward, you know, for it. And so it's great when we can do it. It's even better when you can turn someone over and then score the ball out of that. But yeah, we really trust ourselves defensively. We know that we can guard. We know that, you know, in the first half we were missing a lot of shots, so we talked about really being aggressive on the offensive glass. A lot of rebounds to be had if we're not necessarily making all of our shots. And so I think we needed those, you know, and a lot of the O boards actually turned into scores down the stretch of the game. So both of those things were huge down the stretch. But yeah, definitely, you know, we trust that we're going to do certain things. I want to be able to trust that we're going to do everything all the time. And we got to get to that place where for 40 minutes we're going to do what we have to do.
Aaron, the first part of that run was really you and Quay, you know, a lot of pain points. Was it kind of a concerted effort there to try to get you guys the ball in that stretch?
Yeah, their bigs were in foul trouble, so we just made it a focus to take advantage of the fact that they couldn't really they just had to contest straight up. So I think we ran the same play like over and over, like 5 times down the floor, and it was so effective. So
We kind of talked about it before, but how much of a luxury is that when there's 2 of you that can be down there and kind of dominate the paint in these situations?
I think it's great for our team. Just we're able to play inside out, and then it's also just nice for me and Quay. Like we're both really good bigs that like have good chemistry, so being able to play off each other is an advantage too.
On the flip side of that, their number 11 is really good. I mean, she's projected as their conference player of the year. So how difficult was that battle tonight?
Yeah, she's a really good player. I mean, she has good size. She moves very well. She rebounds really well. So it was definitely a struggle. And then just being in foul trouble, she knows how to like sell fouls. So yeah, it was pretty tough, but I'm glad we were able to figure it out eventually.
Freda, when they come out in that zone, for someone who shoots the ball as well as you do, what does the balance look like for you between, hey, I'm getting all these looks from the outside, but in the first quarter as a team, you guys weren't knocking a ton of them down, maybe we should move a little more, get it inside. What does that balance look like for a shooter like you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I missed my first like 3 threes, but I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop shooting if I'm open. I think everyone would be kind of pissed if I did that. So, but no, it's just moving off the ball, knowing that we need to penetrate gaps, and then they were playing me really tight. So, just kind of choosing my moments to move, and sometimes you just take away a defender. So, I think it's just kind of choosing your moments.
Coach, you guys were up, it was 13 late in the first half, and then all of a sudden they go on that run, and then they're leading in the third quarter. What were you seeing out of them and you guys that you're allowing them to kind of go on a run like that and kind of get back in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were being very intentional about getting the ball inside to their best player. I also thought they hit some threes, at that time, and so that inside-out balance for them was really good. We had a little bit of foul trouble. They were scoring at the free throw line in the first half, and all of that just kind of snowballed in the wrong direction. But eventually we were able to go over ball screens and cover that a little bit more effectively. Got our post defense a little bit more aggressive as far as taking away those easy passes inside. And then we started, being able to score, turn them over and score. So,
Coach, does that kind of show you the maturity of this team that they can withstand that and not worry about it and just turn it on like that?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Does that kind of show the maturity of this team when they can just not worry about, hey, we're down, and they can pull off that run?
Yeah, I think in some ways we have a really, really mature team. Well, in a lot of ways we have a really mature team. To be able to handle that and to be able to not really, go off the rails because we were not playing well, on either side of the ball. And so to be able to sort of stay the course, refocus in timeouts, refocus on what we need to do, refocus on, what our coverage is, make sure we're all on the same page. I think that's a very mature group.
Freda, sorry, I got here just a little late. What's it mean to you to go over 1,000 points in your career?
Yeah, it means a lot. I said it earlier, but it means a lot to me to have done it here at CU, and I came here wanting to impact this program. So I think just sort of like a pat on the back on myself for having done that and having really great teammates that have been able to set me up for all those threes.
JR, oh, sorry. Pat, were you still back?
Nope.
You sure? Okay. I want to go back to something you were talking about earlier about the tradition of this program. What kind of a luxury is it to have someone like Shelly here, who was someone that just got her record passed for the assist tonight?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that have come to CU games for years and years remember Shelly as the baller, right? Like the point guard that could score, and she was tenacious and did all those things, our first All-American ever. All of that is incredible. What she brings to us now, though, is that same competitive spirit. She loves CU more than anyone I've ever met, and loves that these guys love CU, and she's a real connector between our past and our present. She works really hard to make sure that our players know our tradition and feel our tradition, and like I said, is going to be the first one to celebrate that we have another great point guard that's broken that record. So that unselfishness is really what she's about.
She knew that the record was up for grabs?
She did, yeah. Someone told her before the game, and she said that she would be just proud and excited for when it happens.
Freda, you also had 6 steals tonight, and on the floor a lot. You know, the one time you kind of got injured there. Was this kind of a rough physical game, but maybe more than you guys thought?
Yeah, I think I just felt pretty banged up this whole, like, coming into this game, but I think it was just like, if you can't score and you can't make it happen, you just gotta find a way to get the ball. So I think that was what I tried to do and what we all tried to do, and as I said before, it was just a grind, like diving on those balls, trying to get every possession we can.
What happened on that play?
I just dove on the ball and I kind of got my back a little banged up, and it's just, yeah, that was all. Yeah.
Aaron, last one. What did you learn about this team today?
I'd say I learned that we just have what it takes to dial in and overcome adversity. I mean, it might take us a while, but I always know that we're gonna turn it on eventually. But I think I also learned that we just need to work on being able to start the game on it and not wait to turn it on when it's too late. Because when we play good teams, like, you can't wait till the fourth quarter.
Coach, Sarah Smith stayed in a little longer than the rest of the team at halftime, didn't play in the second half. Is she doing okay? What's
Yeah,
her
she's fine. She's just under the weather, like a lot of people are right now, but she was pretty sick all day and throughout the game, so that's why she didn't play much tonight.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Thank you.